The Chicago Bears have finally made another signing after taking off about 27 hours. They have signed tight end Gerald Everett to a 2-year, $12 million contract, $6.1 million guaranteed. Also incentives up to $14 million, so about $6 million base per year. This signing presented by True Classic. Guys, get up to 25% off right now at trueclassic.com/chatsports. We're rocking one of their t-shirts today. Appreciate them for fitting us here on today's show. Link is in the comments and in the description. Gerald Everett, the newest member of the Chicago Bears, and he's a name I brought up pretty frequently. I put up an updated free agent targets video earlier today. Everett was the only tight end I mentioned. And the reason for that is, A, I just like the player. He's been very consistent throughout his NFL career. And B, he's got very good familiarity with Shane Waldron. He was with him when Waldron was on the Rams staff from 2017 to 2020. He was with them in Seattle in 2021. Everett's been with the Chargers the past 2 years, but he's been productive there as well. You see his numbers from 2023, 51 catches, 411 yards, and 3 touchdowns. If you average out his past 5 seasons in the NFL, here are his averages, okay? It is 47 catches, 454 yards, and 3 touchdowns per season. That's kind of what you're looking at. And you can see the year-by-year numbers there the last 4 seasons. But 5 straight 400-yard seasons. He's got 19 touchdowns in his NFL career. The Bears so desperately needed to add quality players to this tight end room after Cole Kmet. Let's just call it spade a spade. Robert Tonyan was a disaster last year. Gerald Everett comes in, clear upgrade at tight end 2. I'm excited about it. Are you excited about it? Grade the signing, A, B, C, D, or F. If you absolutely love it, it's an A. If you like it a lot, it's a B. If you're fine with it, it's a C. If you don't like it that much, it's a D. If you hate it, it's an F. I'm in that A-, B+. I think the value's good. You needed a tight end 2. It's another weapon for whoever the quarterback is on this roster. So you look at where tight end sits right now, I think you're one piece away, and I think you know the name I'm going to say for where I would want to go. You got a top 10, borderline top 5 tight end in the NFL right now in Cole Kmet. You got Gerald Everett, who would start for a few teams, top 25 tight end in this league. Steven Carlson, more of a practice squad guy, in my opinion. But let's bring back Marcedes Lewis. Marcedes Lewis is still an excellent blocker. He said at the end of the season he wants to play another year. Bring him back for the vet minimum, even if he wants to wait until training camp to sign like he did last year. That's perfectly fine. He's someone that doesn't need to go through the offseason program. You can give Steven Carlson some of those reps. That's fine. But if you feel good about bringing back Marcedes Lewis, all of a sudden your tight end room is just a lot better than last year because Cole Kmet got banged up last year. And the reason is the guy basically never left the field because they couldn't trust Robert Tonyan. He just didn't make plays. Remember the Cleveland game where Justin Fields made one of the best throws of his career, about 55 yards downfield on the dead run, and Tonyan just drops the ball? Yeah, Gerald Everett's catching that ball, and he's scoring, and he's finding the end zone. He is good after the catch. He's a good enough blocker, but he'll be used probably more as a U tight end, a guy who's going to work the middle of the field, be a safety valve for whether it's Justin Fields or Caleb Williams, whoever it is. He's going to be reliable in that regard, and he's just solid. Like, that's the word, right? He's a solid tight end. He knows who he is as a player. If Kmet gets hurt, he can start. If not, he's going to get a lot of snaps as a tight end too. I'm a big fan of this, and this is why you subscribe to the channel, because everything that happens during free agency around this team, we're bringing you a video about it, whether it's a signing, a rumor, a trade rumor, an actual trade, other segments as well. We're bringing it all to you guys for 100% free here on Chicago Bears Now. So hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications. Gerald Everett, the newest member of the Chicago Bears. We'll continue to have this conversation, but a word from our sponsor first, as True Classic is gracious enough to sponsor today's show and fit me today as I'm rocking their navy blue t-shirt, which is absolutely fantastic. Fits the Bears theme very well. TrueClassic.com/chatsports gets you 25% off. By the way, they've got activewear shirts and shorts as well. So if you're out on the run, if you're working out, whatever the case may be, it feels good. It's odor control. They got moisture wicking environment on there as well, and quick dry antimicrobial finish for maximum comfort. Pair that with their ultra soft stretchy joggers and you are fitted out. if you're working out or if you're just chilling out as well. I love rocking their active t-shirts. I also love rocking their hoodies. It's still hoodie season in most parts of the country. They're classic, they're comfortable, they're crisp. Go get going with True Classic. What I always say, too, when people ask me about True Classic, what's the best part about them? Well, other than being very comfortable and high-quality material and fitting your body just right, you get really good prices, especially if you buy in bulk. Buy a 3-pack of hoodies, buy a 6-pack of t-shirts, 9-pack of polos. You're set to go for a long time, and you get better bang for your buck if you buy in bulk with True Classic. TrueClassic.com/chatsports. That link is in the comments, into the description. Get going, get shopping today. Appreciate them for sponsoring today's show. Okay, so now this is where you're at in free agency. Obviously, you re-signed Jalen Johnson as well, so you complete the secondary with Johnson back and with Kevin Byard replacing Eddie Jackson. You're pretty set there. You're set at running back. DeAndre Swift, 3 years, $24 million, $15 guaranteed, basically a 2+1 there. Cap hit less than $6 million in year one. Running back room's pretty full. Still need probably that third tight end. Again, Mercedes Lewis, anybody, but your top two is pretty set with Cole Kmet and Gerald Everett, 2 years, $12 million. We'll see what the cap hit ends up being. If it's anything based on how they've structured these other deals, I would guess probably between $4 and $5 million for year one, so that makes it even better. I like where the Bears are at. Now, moving forward in terms of what else do they clearly need to add, well, you got to start attacking that wide receiver room, right? Reportedly, they were in on Gabe Davis. That didn't work out. He went to Jacksonville. Darnell Mooney's off to Atlanta, so that obviously is not an option anymore either, but there's still some names out there. If you want to add a wide receiver, I think you got to get at least one top 3 type of receiver on a depth chart before going into the draft, which I think we all think they're going to get somebody in the draft as well. But that is certainly an area. Curtis Samuel's a name. Tyler Boyd's a name. Those are 2 guys I would love to see the Bears add. Josh Reynolds is another one I'd be cool with as well. Get one of these guys in here, then you feel a lot better. And then defensive line as well. Wide receiver, defensive line, you add some pieces there. You're pretty close at that point to, like, not having, like, glaring holes on this roster. Doesn't mean it's a perfect roster, but you're closer. Get another edge. Get another defensive tackle. You're feeling a lot better about where things sit. So I like the additions that have been made so far. It's nice to have your secondary, your running back room, your tight end room at least close to being complete. Not so much the wide receiver room and defensive line, which is the next 2 position groups I think you got to go after. But Ryan Poles is holding firm. What do all these deals have in common? Well, they're all in the $6 to $8 million per year range, right? Like, these are not contracts that are just going to destroy you moving forward. He's told us all along he's very articulate in how he spends in free agency. He's not going to be a guy that consistently overspends. I would say he has not overspent at all on any of these. Even if you want to say Swift is a slight overpay, I mean, $8 million per year, cap hit of less than $6 this year, like, for a running back better than any you have on your roster, like, to me that's not really an overpay. And running backs have actually been getting paid here. So I think based on what the market has been, Ryan Poles has spent well, and now it's about continuing to add. And we'll see what that cap hit number ends up being for Everett. Obviously that impacts this year's cap situation, but they still have plenty of money. This is not one that breaks the bank, like I said. And now we see what's next. Who do you guys think that the Bears should sign next? Let me know down in the comments below. Do you want Danielle Hunter? Do you want Tyler Boyd? Drop a name down in the comments. Be sure to subscribe. Turn on the notifications. We're still live right now, breaking down everything around the Chicago Bears. You're not going to want to miss out on any of it. My name is Harrison Graham. Bear down.